Okay, so ready? Sharing my screen now. Okay, cool. And moving the webcams to here. Alright, so I think we are ready to go. So, welcome everyone. You're gonna see me double. I have two webcams set up, one for the stream and another one for the Zoom. Let's wait for the gulag to get here. Okay, can you guys hear me good? Everyone in YouTube, good? Perfect, good. Welcome to another session hosted by yours truly. This will be another nice Asian persuasion session. So let's go ahead and get it popping. Same thing. Gonna go over GBP, JPY, and then going over gold. Uh, First, we're gonna find the sentiment. Basically, looking for trend. It's gonna be bullish or bearish. So we start with the higher time frames, and then so on. We go look for possible entry for either Asian Open or London. Okay. Alrighty. So, all right. So let's see what's going on with GJ on the weekly. All right. Let me delete all this garbage. These stupid drawings. Where are they coming from? Fuck. Let me zoom in. All right. So sell out, out, out. Okay. All right. So weekly, what's going on GJ? Still the same thing. Actually, use this chart. It's a lot cleaner. A lot of shit still in it. But whatever, we could delete everything here. Do a fresh, nice analysis, right? So right now we hit that resistance at 152,800. That's like top of the line, or 750 if you want to be exact. So we're gonna mark that as a strong resistance and keep it as it is. Some rejection to the top area, so I'm actually gonna drop a rejection zone around there. Right, cool. And so on. And right now, it looks like basically we're just making higher highs and higher lows. If you kind of follow the trend, because if you see on your broker, it's gonna look a little different with the close of this weekly candle. It might look completely bearish, right? So you have your high created here, your low, and then you have another higher high, and now you have a higher low here. And if we respect this current support, of course, we're gonna expect a continuation and a break of 153 basically. So let's go into the daily and dissect it a little better. Okay. So daily we're just ranging. Um, Not that much going on really. Been rejecting 150.500 quite a couple of times already. So now we're back under the 150s again. So I'm gonna mark that as a strong resistance zone. Just move this up here. So 150, 500, right? Strong resistance and rejection area. Cool. Current daily support is at 149, 150. Yeah, 150, right on the dot. And we have basically a 50 pip movement here, um, range basically, right? So another rejection zone down here. Okay. Take this out. All right. So yeah, basically 50 pips, right, on this daily range. Really not worth it, to be honest. Strong range on the daily means that if once we start breaking above or below, depending on fundamental data, um, we're gonna have a very nice breakout, right? So I would suggest to everyone, if you're trading GJ, to set up an alert. In this case, I'm gonna set up one alert right here at 150.500. So once price starts heading to that zone, I'm gonna get an alert and I'm gonna see how price reacts basically. And 149.900 or a little lower since price is at 149. 950. So let's say 149.800. Okay, so down here. Alert. All right, cool. Now we're going into the 4 hour, which is my favorite higher time frame, which is where I'm gonna go ahead and identify a range for us to either look for a trade to get in or look for a possible breakout. So now let's go ahead and dissect this a little better. 4 hour looks straight dog shit. Really bad, right? Not that much going on. 50 pips for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4 hour candles. 20 hours doesn't give you that much volume, right? So I'm gonna just call this as a no trade zone from 150 500 down to 149 900. So no trading zone around here. Make it a little bigger. Okay. even though it's a 50 pip range, I'm not gonna take any trades around there. Looking down to the 30-minute probably looks like shit. Yes, it looks like straight garbage, right? We had a nice little breakout above here, went back down to the range, and now a nice breakout, fake out, back down to the range. It's just bouncing back and forth. So we need a strong confirmation, and that confirmation is going to be a 4 hour breaking above and continuing up, not, breaking and going back down, right? Having a fake out. So preferably, I would be looking for sales right at the break of this wick down here and a close. So sales at the break of 650, break and close. 670, right? 29,670. This is right here. And possible buys would be at the break of 150.500. Alright, so between 500 and 800, I want to see a break and close. So break and close. Same thing. Same thing here. Break and close. So yeah, well, no, basically, we just had for this session today. We're gonna definitely have to wait until 8 p.m. to get some volume in. Right now, spreads are a little wider than normal. Uh, oh, we got everyone from Capital Hungry. Thank you, showing up. So yeah, just basically wait until 8 p.m. See how Asian session opens, right? So far on the 4 hour, we're still stuck in that range. 30-minute looks like gold. Oh shit, straight shit. So preferably, if I'm looking for sales, I'll be looking for sales right at the break of this wick down here. So that's 149,670, or right underneath this rejection zone. But I need a close right on the 4 hour. And hopefully, if you're respecting, your normal market structure, creating higher highs and higher lows, I'm gonna, of course, suppose that this is support that's holding, creating a higher low at this point to then continue up, break this resistance, and create the next higher high. See a better example. We have your high here and your low here, right? And this became a higher high. This became a higher low. Hence why this will be a higher low. And this will be a higher high. So what do we need? We need support to hold at 149, 150, and continue up with a nice pierce above 153 flat. Maybe a retest and a continuation up. Right? We still have the possibility to break below this area, have a small retest down to these wicks down here, which is not that much, it's roughly 30 pips, and grab some liquidity to then continue up, right? But if we maintain this support here and we respect it, and we start seeing rejection on the smaller time frames like the 30 or 15 or even 5 minute, and start to push up and break above this current rejection zone, which is 150, 500, then preferably seeing a close on the 4 hour above 150.500. That would be basically my confluence to continue up, right? And keep on going for buys rather than sells. But so far, really nothing we could do about it. 30 minutes still consolidated around this area. See how big this little zone is. So it's 11 pips, really not much. Got Capital Hungry in the fucking house. I fucking love it. So yeah, guys, really not much we could do here. So just be patient and wait. See what the market can offer us today, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and check out gold now. Go on to the daily, see what's going on here. This was my trade idea for the morning, right? So I had a buy stop above 1730 for CPI and there's no trade zone. Oh, okay. All right, so what do we see now on gold? Now that we broke above 1745, right? Tapped up above that area, created a new high, you know, retested that downside at 1730, and now it looks like we're grabbing that little liquidity to then continue up. So yeah, I agree with gold buys rather than sells, as long as we stay above 1745. So this looks a little messy, so let me go ahead and just get a new one. So the daily we have this support and your current resistance at 1756. Some rejection on the top, so let me go ahead and get my drawing tool just to get a rejection zone drawn out right here. I have a couple of alerts set up here, so I'm just gonna keep them for now. And your most recent support, it's down here, 1732. All right. Current price is at 1745, so we need to stay above that area. You guys see here, there's a lot of consolidation here, not a lot of room to work with. But once we start getting, closes above this area, whether it be on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, we can see a continuation of us. This is basically, clean traffic or whatever you want to call it. Monty, sub, old man, have a good session. Respect elders at all time. I always respect my elders. Bold ass. So let's go into the 4 hour and see if we could identify a channel or basically somewhere we could get a nice trade in, right? So I'm gonna move this down here, and I'm gonna mark this as a current, as a most recent support, right? Now, depending on how we react around here, if we create a bearish candle in the 4 hour and we reject this zone, this is gonna become a resistance area, right? With strong rejection zone, which is 1745. So it's strong. I rather have buys, when I start seeing 30-minute and 50-minute closing above 1745 to continue up and maybe retest 1756. It's 110 pips right there. So that's good. And down below here, we still have a nice little range of 160 pips. Okay. So can say that this is a 4 hour resistance and the 4 hour support. So better buys if and only if price stays above 1745. Gotta be specific with the cents. All numbers are fine. Alright. $160 pip range. From 1745 down to 1728. Take the grid off. And of course, if we break below 1728, then it's free smoke down to 1684, 1680s. So that's beautiful, very clean. Yeah, 20, 28. So maybe wait for so yeah, definitely wait for lower lows and lower highs to form, like how it's doing right now. But if we are continuing up, then we're gonna have to wait for higher highs and higher lows. The reason why I'm mentioning this on gold is because gold tends to respect market structure very clean. So expect to see higher highs and higher lows, and that could be on your 4 hour or your daily, even on your 30-minute. So yeah, let's go down to the 30 minutes, see what possible play we can have for today. Let's measure this range from here to the upside. That's 100 pips, and from here to the downside, it's 153 pips. So down to the 30-minute, this is a support being currently holding. And I'll move this up here, and this is our current resistance, right? Which is the 4 hour resistance. So it will be kind of strong. we will need a clean break above this area to continue up. And for sells, we would need a clean break underneath this area to continue down. So far, this is a no trade zone here. So let's just basically wait until 7:45, 8 p.m. Creation, get some volume in. Say for 1720. Okay, 1720. Yeah, I mean 1720 will be right here down underneath all these wicks, right? And you have all this clean range down to the 1680s again. That's if we start seeing gold dropping again. What about the wicks below gold? Yeah, I just explained that. Wicks down to 1724. Yes, clear this support. This is a 4-hour support. The wicks really don't mind much at this point. We can get a wick fill easily, so that's an extra, easy 37 pips. Yeah, on the 30-minute, really not that much, going on with the wicks, so can call that a clean range. Above that, this is barely any rejection, so I wouldn't really uh, pay much focus on that. As long as we get a clean break above this area, above this rejection zone, should be good to continue up. 30-minute, when it comes to the wicks, I really don't mind too much. I just want to see a clean break, a candle like this, maybe like this bullish one right above here, and then a retest like this one, and then a continuation up. Yeah, not a problem. So give me 1 second, guys. If you guys got something to you guys want to share on chart or anything, just send it to me, and I'll go ahead and open it and check it out. Give me 1 second here. Zoom chat. So annoying to check out the Zoom chat. If you guys got something to share, just tell me, please. So I hardly check out the chat. All right, here you go. All right, Salim got something here, something cooking. Let's see what you cooking. What you cooking? Good looking. So you got a no trade zone here. Perfectly makes sense here on the 1 hour. So 35 pips from 150 200 down to 149 850. Okay. Clean traffic, 30 pip range. You have the 4-hour wick fill, 1 hour resistance, and 4-hour wick fill with another 1 hour resistance for your runners if we continue up. But you want to have a close, not just a break, but a close above 150.200 makes sense. And for sales, just in case you have these wicks to get filled with volume, so about a 40 pip range down to the next 1 hour support makes sense, but you need a clean break and close underneath 900. Yeah, makes total sense. Like it, like how well detailed your charts are. I just hope you follow through them. You execute on them. Okay, that's what matters. Yep. Yeah, last Thursday, I was a little sick. I couldn't really follow up with the stream, and it was not that much going on. Looking like really not much going on also today, but yeah, let's see if we might have a little break today and at least, catch 10, 15 pips. So bear with me, guys. We can talk shit after if you want. But yeah, so far we've identified the trend. We are currently on a higher low on GJ. As long as we hold that support, I'm expecting a continuation up to create the next higher high. On gold, basically we need to stay above 1745 to continue getting buys, and we need basically just a break above this rejection area. If not, we might have a small retest down to the downside. This is a 160 pip range from 1745 down to 1728. So it's a lot of room to work with. And of course, you have your better buys if we stay above 1745 and we start creating your typical market structure, seeing higher highs and higher lows. So, you want to see something like this right above here, right? You have a breakout, maybe a small retest, and then another breakout, small retest, and a continuation up, right? So yeah, we just basically need the volume. That's all we need. We just need the volume. Structure is gonna form itself. Volume will come with time. So yeah, just be right back, guys. Let me go ahead and get some water. I should get a playlist. Sometimes I want to play music. The music they have on YouTube is garbage. And you can't play anything from the outside because you get copyrighted, copyright rights. Take your video down. Basically, they make you trim the whatever if you have a small piece of a song or whatever. You trim the part out. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Mhm. Mhm. Please check that swing trade. Check what? A Lindo. Oh shit, didn't copy. Okay. Alright, 61.8 retracement on the fib. So you're drawing your fibs from the bottom to the upside. Okay. Fake out, rejection zone. You want to have a nice clean breakup of 0.800, 0.750. Retest, you wait for the retest. I mean, it makes sense, right? But you're going to have to wait a lot, right? You're going to have to wait for this support to be established. You're going to have to wait for this to continue up, break above 0.800. After that, maybe retouch a quarter point like 250, 200, and then retest again, and that will be your entry. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of discipline for that. You can, I mean, it's really up to you. I'm not saying to take a trade inside this zone, but if you see a setup, in the 30 minute, you know, double bottom or whatever, and start seeing breaks of previous low highs and continuation up, creating some structure like this. Yeah, I don't see why not take a trade inside this zone. But 78 pips, right? From here to here. But yeah, if that's if these are your parameters, then yes, it makes sense. I like it, makes sense. Okay, another one here. AUD USD. Burner can give you a look at on well, an opinion on this, right? You have a buy zone above this area. This is a 4-hour chart, so clean traffic above the zone. Really not that much room to work with here, right? But it does make sense. After that, then you have that mark this as a rejection zone or resistance. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I mean, if we start breaking above this area, and we pass this high here, and it would make more sense to continue up. And your sell zone down to this low created here makes sense as well, and your no trade zone. I guess it's as long as you stay in this area here, it's no trading zone. Yeah, because right now, if I am looking this correctly, this is a 4-hour chart, so I'm gonna mark this as a resistance, and now we're looking at AU, you're above that resistance. So you could start looking for buys above this area. Consider this candle here as clean traffic. It's really small, but it's probably because you zoomed out. Uh, Rages, Raja, oh, Raja is returning Mack. He just posted on his Insta. Cool. Mack currently working in the ER. Oh shit. You're working in the ER and you're trading? Oh my god. Don't let nobody die, man. I don't know if you could check out AU. Look, yeah, somebody sent a chart on AU right now, so put the Rekil music on. Yeah, I don't have his playlist. I gotta get it. Morning, we are everywhere, Asian, London, and NY. Ha 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 ha. Evil laugh. Ha ha ha. Yes. So Burner, check this out. That's AU. Makes sense, right? But I'm telling him like above this zone here, because he's probably zoomed out, and that's why the candles look really small. But above this area here, that's a resistance. So as long as it stays above this zone, you have this candle here to mirror. Yeah, 7,600. Yeah.
$26.34 got broke, and then when it came back to retest at that area on the 1 hour, you see it retest the EMAs as well and give it a boost up. And if you look, basically up until the end of New York session, from the beginning of New York session, it was AU buys and it just rolled up in small waves throughout the day. So I'm just trying to see if Asian session is going to maybe have a small retrace and go down. But as long as it stays above 76.43, which is where we're at right now, I'm actually still looking for buys if it continues to boost up. It's just dangerous when you look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour. On the 1 hour to the left, because you'll see we're at a traffic area where there used to be a resistance area. You follow me?
I'm gonna follow you right now. Give me 1 second.
So it's just the way the 4 hours on my broker, the way it's closing, is showing a very strong bottom rejection wick, like it wants to rocket upward. But the day closes in about 18 minutes,
Yeah. So yeah, daily closes in
So
18 minutes. So careful about
But
that.
I'm still looking bullish you at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, as long as you stay above this area here, you have this nice, huge candle to mirror above 76, 670. Yeah, 76, 680 to continue up, right? So
You
you
too
can
far
say
from
that
the
this is
mic.
a no trade zone. No trade zone here, and you know, if you continue up, then yeah, you can retest that previous high here.
Yeah, your AU chart, yeah, that's good. The zone you got on the daily on the bottom there.
Yeah, this is
That was
my
another key that go ahead.
yeah, this is my chart. The one he sent. Give me one second. Somebody sent it here. Uh, but the chart looks very little, so let's just go based on mine for now. Mine for now. Give me one second.
Yeah, because I can see if AU keeps pushing up, I can see a scalp upwards towards 76.55. That'd be my first take profit on that for AU at least. If it keeps breaking up.
Yeah, this is his chart, right? So buy zone is above. Can't really see. Can't really tell. What I'm saying, like, you know, you can have buys way underneath that area. That's because that's his 4 hour, right? So guessing his buys, he's gonna wait at the, you know, for this to break above this area to get this clean traffic up, right? But if you expect a breakout, then you can start looking for entries underneath this zone here.
Yeah, but remember AU moves slow, so you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it's very unlikely for that, like a
yeah,
4 hour to break through that shit like in the next like 1 or 2
yeah.
candles, you know?
And looking at these volatile pairs like GJ and gold and how they're moving, that gives me more reason to believe that AU is not gonna move as much today. But let's see. You know, we still got 15 minutes for Asian Open, and I'll be right back, guys. This is bigger. Let me get some water.
Yeah, AU pushing up off that 5. There it goes. 2 more minutes. Keep pushing. Close before the. Yeah, bro, I already know. Yeah, and you're still boosting up, man. There you go. There it goes. Boosting again. And you up 7 now. Couple more. Oh no, I just tapped right there. 156. price can go up, man. Okay.
All right, back. See, what's going on, GJ?
Oh man, you pushed up nicely, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. It did exactly what we was talking about. It just kept riding on top of the EMAs. It respected 76.43, and that's it. Just pushed up over the last few minutes. Look at the 1 and 5 minute. You see a nice little wave with easy
perfect.
and perfect to close right before the daily too. You know.
Yeah, perfect. So somebody was looking at AU. AU moved. Um, somebody sent the chart. Check out my US Swiss or USCH. Okay, been taking 30, 40 pips on the franc lately. Okay, let's check it out. Dollar weakness continues. Okay, even though we had good numbers on consumer price index today, yeah, makes sense. I don't really use MACDs or RSIs, but it makes sense if you're looking for sales overall. You can easily tell that we're creating lower lows and lower highs on the 1 hour here. As long as you keep the market structure, now that you're getting close to the zone here, it's gotta be aware of that, right? We don't know how the dollar against the franc moves, but based on what I'm seeing here, it makes more sense to continue down. And is that a wick here? God damn, huge liquidity grab. So yeah, looks good, man. Looks good. Come on. On the stream sessions are very good. I love the banter. Not like stream, just some whack analysis. Peace out. Okay, peace out. Um, this is not live trading. What the fuck? What do you want to? Man said this is not live trading. What the fuck is live trading? What do you want to be clicking buttons right now, idiot? Um, what are you talking about? Says on his streams, he literally makes things come appear out of thin air on his calls. There's nothing about a trade, and boom, all of a sudden 130 points. Me? Oh, not me, bro. If I make a call, it's because it's a reasonable call and it makes sense. But I'm not gonna be trading right now when it doesn't make any sense to get into a trade. The person said this is not live trading. All controller effects. Quagmire. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy the New York session. Um, Seeing how this is closing right now and we're still rejecting this zone here, I want to see a rejection like this and now a continuation up with all bullish candles closing on the 30 minute or the 15, holding that support here. So there's no trade zone, it's 50 pips. But if we start breaking above this area, then I would highly consider to look for a buy, right above the zone here. Even though there's some traffic here to the upside, like wicks here, you know. Um, Overall, I believe this can play out to the upside, right? and start creating clean candles. Gold is still stuck in that zone. And if you come here expecting a trade every day on the Asian session, you're on the wrong stream, because there's literally no, oh, it's not gonna happen. During the Asian session, it's really hard to get volume. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I've seen GJ move 150 pips. I've seen him move 2 pips. Uh, 1 minute. All right. So 8 p.m. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, looking at that 15-minute closing with no wick to the upside, I I can say that we can continue down to retest these previous wicks here. We got a wick fill, but now that it's the Asian Open, we might have a reversal here. So not 100% certain, but let's say that if this had happened at 8 p.m., this wick formation here with no top wick, and this candle closing like this, um, and this will be the 8:30 candle, then I'll consider sells, right? Since we're breaking this current support here. But I've seen 8 p.m. come through, and then um, we have a huge reversal, and this becomes a fake out, right? So we want to see how this 15-minute closes first. If we start breaking this low here on that wick, then we can definitely consider sells, and this can play out by getting an entry down below here, and your stop will be right at the top of that current 15-minute wick candle, or whatever you want to call it, or right above here, that 15-minute that closed with no top wick, still 11 pips, and you will be targeting these wicks down to the side, right? This one here, and your next support area, which is 149,600. That will be basically the trade. So I want to see how this closes. I'm not gonna take any impulse trades. I want to see it close underneath this area, and and maybe more rejection to the upside. But remember, guys, we still, if we look into the 4 hour, we want to see that support hold, so we can start heading up again. Pushing strong. Now we broke the low of the previous one now. So yeah. Entry at this point would be right now, since we broke the low of the previous one, your stop will be right on top of that previous 15-minute high, which is here. And now you want to target these wicks down to the left. So pretty good trade down to 13, 14 pips easily. But if it starts to go against you, then you definitely want to start closing as it goes, -5 pips, or goes back into your entry point. It might become a fake out easily. Even though we broke the low of the previous 30-minute and the previous 15 as well. Let's take the 4 hour. What's going on? 4 hour looks bearish. Or still, the previous 4 hour had no wick to the, barely any wick to the downside. I really don't like it much, to be honest. It's a very risky trade. Look for sales right now, but it can play out. I'm not gonna lie, it can play out. See what's going on with gold now. Yeah, gold's still stuck in that area. Not much you can do here. Be careful with that 750 QP. Yeah, the 750 getting close by. We're still pushing down, so that's good.
You should boost the game.
Trading nut challenge. The fuck is that?
Yeah, you closed right at like 758. I closed right before the switch over. And then after I retraced, I bought right back at the bottom again at 76.45. And I saw the 1 minute respecting the EMA.
How many pips is that?
But it's just because I'm seeing the flow of the EMAs that keep boosting up possibly. I already made my profit, so I was willing to risk a little bit more again. Hold on a second. Yo, Mac, what do you do with this clown, bro? Iron Man, bro. Like, yo, he's an attention whore, bro. Like, he's over here talking shit in the chat about other people just to get attention. And,
Iron Man trading half. Oh shit, that's Iron Man. You can right click on his name and then put him on timeout.
you can't have a mature conversation with that clown, bro.
What the fuck was up with the name Iron Man and trading half? All right. So yeah, GJ looks like it's playing out. You know, whoever took those sells right at the break of that previous low, yeah, can continue down. You know, we got it. We got that previous 15 closing window on top wick. So that's good. Looking down to the 30-minute. Straight bearish momentum. Now we're hitting that 750 quarter point, 0.800. So just manage your trade accordingly. So we filled this wick here already. Now we're on the way to fill this wick down here, right? Get a small retest down to at least 0.680, 700. Ultimately, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see a break underneath and a close on the 4 hour. I just want to see a wick, right? Grab liquidity and then continuing up. Ultimately, what I want to see is GJ breaking above this area to continue up and keep that bullish trend, that bullish momentum it's been having. So we gotta be careful with this. It might be just a liquidity grab, or just a wick to the downside. Fill this wick down here, and then boom, shoot up again and get back in the range. All right, so now on gold, it looks like we broke the low of that previous 30-minute. There's still a no trade zone, but if you want to risk it, um, and you want to get a trade in, then it would make sense just to wait for this 15-minute candle to close underneath this area here, and have your stop loss right above 1746, right? Somewhere around here. You still be trading in the range, but with pressure, and you want to see a pierce under 1745 to continue down, yes, take at least 10-15 pips from this here. But still, we're trading in a range. I don't really suggest anyone to take a trade in right now. It's just not worth it, to be honest. Not worth it. Not worth the headache. This right now is not worth the headache. Taking a trade right just because it broke the low of the previous 30-minute or 15-minute, and it's the first 30 minutes of the Asian Open. Really not worth it. Still stuck in that range. So this is a no trade zone from here to here, and no trade zone from here to here, basically. Sells right at the break of 149.670, which is here, and buys at the break of 150 500, which is here. That's why I have the alerts set up. Yeah, bro, I ate at Subway, tuna sub. Right? My stomach is destroying me right now. This, I haven't had a Subway sub in years already. See how AU is moving? AU is just acting up right now. Really not even moving. Back to move the 7 pips, and then went back down again. Gold, still rejecting that zone, still in this area. Garbage. GJ, it's the only trade that's currently moving a little. So we moved maybe 3-4 pips. So the person that came in here said this is not live trading because I'm not taking any trades, and said this is whack and left. He's a pretty smart guy, pretty smart. Saw this, saw that there was no trade coming through. Said fuck it, I'm out this shit. This is whack. So it makes sense, Can't say anything. So I'm not gonna be here talking about psychology or anything. Nothing to talk about. Overall, these last couple of days have been really harsh on GJ. Gold on the other side, we had very nice moves. Today, for example, because of CPI. Previously, we had a nice little drop from 1745. So yeah, gold's been moving. GJ is just being a pain in the ass. Yeah, GJ is in the ugly range. Yeah. What do you enjoy about gold the most? What do I enjoy about gold the most? I enjoy that gold moves very, very quick. So, you can have 100 pips easily in, an hour. GJ on the other hand is more safe, a lot safer. You know, just 10 pips as a stop loss, you can manage a pretty decent on trade. On gold, you will need at least 20, 30 pips as your stop. But remember, guys, the bigger the consolidation, the bigger the breakout. So this is good. If you wanna open up your eyes and plan ahead, we want to say that this 4 hour consolidation on GJ is going to mean that we're going to have a nice breakout. It's going to be a break above this area here or a break below this area here. So what you got to do is that, you want to be aware of that. You want to be there for the breakout. So set up an alert, set up an alert underneath this zone here, underneath these wicks here, and another alert right above this area here, which is 0.500, right? So when price starts to get around there, and you check your watch, your clock, whatever, and you know that there's a session coming through, and that session might have that volume. Either buyers coming into the market or sellers coming in and putting that pressure to create a new low or a new high. And how depending on where price is. If price is going above 0.500, then you expect the next session open to push and break, of course, close above that area and create the new high, right? If you're breaking below that area, then you expect price to close underneath and continue to create a new low. So yeah, it's always good to look for plays, and to look for plays, you need to set up alerts. All right, see how many pips this thing has moved. See if it was worth it really to take from here to here. 7 pips, really not that much, but say the spread is about a pip and a half, 1.6. Uh, really not worth it. Not worth the headache. See how the 15 closed. Yeah, it's closing good. But to me, honestly, the headache is not worth it, right? I waited for this 15 to close, whatever. Say I had gotten in here. I have my stop right above here, right? And of course, I'll be aiming to fill this wick right here. With volume from the session open, right? But no, really, we didn't get much. Now we're rejecting, and it looks like we're gonna start creating a support around here. So yeah, it's good that didn't take that trade in. So yeah, it's gonna be a waiting session here. Yeah, you see how nice rejecting that area, and it looks like we basically came down there to grab some liquidity, which is what I was hoping, right? Hoping just to grab some liquidity. See this 4 hour flipping bullish and continuing up. I hope what I'm saying makes sense from a lot of you. Yeah, ugly ranges, ugly day. It's only Tuesday, really not much going on. Back to AU, but nothing. Ranging. Gold, nothing. Just in that range. So yeah, this is live trading, guys. Live fucking trading. We got Philip in the house. Philip.
Hey man, how's it going?
What's popping? What it's popping? So yeah, no trade zone from here to here, no trade zone from here to here, right? Say 15 minutes, see how it's closing. It's rejecting that zone here. So obviously I want to see some support being established right around here, and then seeing 15-minute candles closing bullish and breaking previous highs. So something like this, the optimal. Right, break above that previous high and then continuation up. And so on. Makes more sense than going for sales right now. But as we approach this zone here, if we start heading up, then you have all this zone here, which is straight fucking garbage, and I would just like to ignore it and get a trade above this zone here. That's why I said this be a non-trading zone. Yep. So yeah, straight up garbage. Really not much going on. All right, you know, you know what? Let's just see if we could plan something out for at least London, right? Instead of just looking at a chart, we can plan something out, right? So back to 4 hour. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go back to the same original analysis I was planning out. So this is what I'm seeing right now. Just low created here. This is a higher low. Now this support needs to hold, right? Now we want to see bullish candles forming on the 30-minute to continue up. I want to see basically just higher highs and higher lows on the 30-minute or the 15 to continue up and break above 150.500. That break above 150.500, break and close, of course, will definitely tell us that we're going to be catching more momentum and volume to now continue up and create the next higher high. As we can see here that this is another high and this is a higher low, higher high, and previous higher low or low, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But you get the concept, right? So up, down, down, and up, down, and up, right? Let's see what we want to see. So for that to happen, we want 149.800 to hold, to not break. We don't want to see any close underneath that area. So, once we start seeing that 1 a.m. candle closing bullish, perfect, then that 5 a.m. candle hopefully doesn't reverse and continues up, given that continuation throughout New York. Something like this. This is what I want to see, support holding, straight bullish momentum to the upside, right? Support holding around here, bullish momentum to the upside. And, maybe create some higher highs and higher lows like how it did here. So within higher time frames, daily, weekly, you got the 4 hour creating, it's a little structure like this. All right. So something like that we can see here to break out of that area and continue up. But yeah, overall, I think we just tap that zone down there, kind of like retest that previous wick, but we're not gonna continue heading down. We're gonna still keep on rejecting and creating small supports such as 15-minute support, how we're doing here, and then continuing up throughout basically the Asian session. So let's see how this 15-minute closes. About to close in 1 minute. 30-minute closed weak. A lot of rejection to the downside. Yeah, 15-minute close really good actually. No, small, very nice little candle to with a wick to the top, rejection wick to the downside. So what we need now is this support to hold. I think it's definitely gonna hold and continue up. But yeah, that's the idea. So from here to here, which is the previous resistance, take this out. Have your support, previous support, which is now resistance right here. Right, so now we're identifying a trade. We want to see how this next 15-minute candle closes. Now that we're breaking the high of the previous one, so from here to here, it's easily 10 pips, right? So yeah, this will be the trade, right? You want to get an entry now. Perfect. So your long will be here. Your stop will be at the low of the previous 15, and your first take profit will be here at 10 pips, at least, right? Getting into the zone. So now, once you get into that zone, you either hold your runner, or you close your partials, and you might get stuck in there for a little bit. Not gonna lie, and then so on. You can ride the wave to the upside. Make sense? I think it makes sense. And we have to stay above basically 0.800, right? And your stop will be 750. Yeah, so short-term trade, but perfect for in case you want to hold and get a nice premium premium entry, right? Super early without waiting to break above this zone, or getting a trade inside this conflict area. You're actually outside the zone, and you're grabbing the entry through that liquidity grab, or wick to the downside. Ultimately, you want to definitely go to at least 150.500, 60, 70 pips. It's good. And that makes sense. Yeah, let's see how it moves. So yeah, the entry was here at the break of the previous low high. This is here. And this, of course, will be your trade zone. But at that point, if you cross above that area, then and you have a small runner running, just let it run, see how it works. If it goes back into your entry, whatever, you don't lose anything. You just that small runner. I want to right click remove drawings on that GJ so bad. Drawings, what drawings? I don't have any drawings. There's no drawings on GJ. Yeah, man, dog shit. Yeah, I think this trade does make sense. It's a little small, short-term, shitty-ass trade, but it's something. A little poop out the water. This might be a dumb question. It's no such thing as a dumb question. I think all questions are dumb. But do you ever trade on the daily with this strategy? If I would be trading on the daily like this, I would. I don't know. I don't have the patience to do that. Like what? Wait for support on the daily, like something like this, right? And then wait for this break above this area. No, man, no. I don't think I'll be able to do that. Right? Something like this, you're saying, got some support, whatever. We expect volume to continue up. So this will be your entry at the break of the previous high, and your stop will be right underneath that daily candle. So yeah, no. You can trade like that if you want, but you gotta have a lot of patience for that. Ballsy entry, yeah, fucking ballsy pie. See how it plays out. I think it should give you at least 10 pips. What's the spread on GJ right now? It's 1.4. 1.4 or 1.6. Mac, do you think you trade better on live or by yourself? Doesn't matter, I trade however. Alright, so what's going on with gold? Oh, look at AUD USD right now, it's dropping. Gold is still stuck.
Yeah, it came back down to retest 76.43.
Yep.
That's why I said earlier I closed out. Read like 7 pips since it got out. But it ain't live though, so it don't matter, you know.
Oh yeah, this is not live trading. Let's walk trading.
Should be fun, bro. But yeah, well, I'm monitoring AU. They actually just had good news come out, man.
Alright, so hopefully we get those 10 pips on GJ at least so we can make someone happy. Okay. I'm gonna adjust my stops a little here and let the rest run. My stomach is killing me right now. Dímelo, Mac, estamos activos, niño. So Mac, how long have you been trading Asian session? I've been trading the Asian session. Well, I started trading it about almost 2 years and a half ago. Yeah, when I started trading, I was always trading the New York session and the Asian session. And I noticed that during the Asian session there was a lot of fake outs, not a lot of volume. The stream, I started streaming back in December. Broke 30-minute. Yeah, so continue. How did you know the rejection was going to come? Because I just said it during the Asian session, right at 8 p.m. We usually get that reversal or liquidity grab to the downside, and then if we're on a bullish structure, continue up. Guys, a question: the rates shown in TradingView, are they exactly the same as shown in NT5? It depends on the feed. You have different feeds. Asian session more stable price action. No, Asian session has less volume. Doesn't mean it's more stable. Hey Mac, if you get a good trade during the Asian session, will you be trading during NY? Yeah, sure. Why not? If I see a good setup during the NY session, I'll take it. We're still getting close to these wicks in here, right? So that's a lot of rejection. Now we just gotta be careful. Just wanna see us, a nice little push up just to get those 10 pips. So as we approach this zone here, we start to reject. That's when we gotta be careful. Let's go ahead and check the 30 minutes, see what's going on. Yeah, so you see a 30-minute candle that's closing with no wick to the downside, which is good. I like it. The next 30-minute can be that good one to continue up. Really, really tight as range. But then again, you want to compare your risk to your reward. This is a very the risk is there. It's not that high, but the reward is there. If we go through this area here, all these obstacles, then we have massive targets to hit. We have 150.200, this way here up to 320, and finally 0.500. So a little obstacle here. Might come down here, retest again, then continue up, creating higher highs and higher lows on the 30-minute or the 15. But other than that, seeing how this one closes will be clutch. It closes like this, barely any wick to the downside on the 30-minute. Next one should continue up, right? But of course, you want to manage accordingly. If it starts going against you, you want to close, partials depending on your risk. I usually close 50% at -5, 6 pips, depending on how strong I see the movement. My God, did you see the chart? What did I see on the chart? Or what did I see? Basically, the 8 p.m. candle, grabbing liquidity to the downside, rejecting the zone, closing bullish in the 30-minute. But now this 15 is going back into my entry. So at this point, I'll have to manage my risk, right? But if it starts to break the low of the previous 15-minute, then I'll start closing, part of my position. And it looks like it's really not working out much, right? Yeah, so now we start breaking the low of the previous one. Could be just a liquidity grab. But at that point, you want to start being more safe per se and see that we don't close underneath that previous 15, because we might just range around here for now. Really tight range, really not, like I said before, really worth taking. But using a smaller lot size, you can manage your risk accordingly and get your 10 pips for the Asian session. Sheesh, I have the 30 minutes closing like shit. Still going with AU. Yeah, if AU starts breaking underneath, oh no, never mind. Fucking rejected. Yeah, guys, really not clean, not that clean price action I was hoping for. Even on gold, it's like shit too. Yeah, it's just nasty range. But this is really fucking struggling, right? It's like it doesn't know what to do. Really sticky situation here. Yeah, at that point I'll be closing half of my position. Actually, my entire position now. This doesn't make any sense. Shitty ass range, not worth it. Yeah, just tap this zone right now. Probably grabbing liquidity to then continue up. But yeah, it's not worth it, guys. This is a very, very tight situation here, and a lot of obstacles to the left here. So yeah, really not much going on. Imagine if we break below this area and then try to get that quick fill down to the downside, but it's still not worth it. Yeah, close that. Basically negative what? I have 4 pips. Yeah, not fucking worth it. Now we're staying under 0.800, so yeah. Gold. So ideally, what I want to see in gold is this continuation up. I want to see a nice clean break above 1747. Above this area here. 47, right here. Boom. So right above that zone. Then we want to look for targets. You have these wicks up here, and your final destination, which is 1755. Kind of like a $5 increment. And now it's rejecting that support as also. Let's 853. Yeah, so this is live trading basically. A lot of buttons clicked. GJ Asian session, very delicate situation. Yes, sir. really wasn't expecting this. You know, this lower low, lower high, and now retesting that, well, getting that wick fill now. And even though it's still underneath that area, it's really only what, 15 pips? Not even 11 pips from the break of that support down here. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, effectively, that was like a really nice break and retest
Yeah,
of that previous resistance or support. Um,
exactly. So
yeah, because we had like this structure here to the left.
yeah,
So I found out that's probably like a really but this one didn't really give any warning, to be honest. It just kind of, there's no like smaller candle to give any.
right. The moment that I noticed this, right, closing with no wick to the top, then I thought that, you know, we might continue down if we get a clean break below this area here to at least get that wick fill down here. So yeah, makes sense, you know. A low created here, high here, and now we're continuing down.
It's a big push.
But I went with the hour, so I went with the 8 p.m. instead of 8:30. So at 8 p.m. we got this formation here. So I was expecting, you know, instead of continuing down, a rejection and a continuation up to go at least back into this range here. So that was a 10 pip move from this support here. But nope, it just acted up a little late than what I was expecting. But yeah, originally we called. Well, I said, you know, if we continue down, we're gonna have this nice wick fill down to the left here. So now we have that option, which is sells at the break and close to 149,670, just down here. So what do we need now? Basically, kind of like a retest to the upside to get in, since we're already moved 11 pips. So your stop will be right at the top of this candle here with no wick, and continue down. But then again, guys, looking onto the higher time frames, what I do want to see, you know, it's this 4 hour, you know, kind of like rejecting the zone, this support holding, and a continuation up. But it's looking like we're just gonna continue down and break that that bullish structure. Yeah, it was really hard to catch, not gonna lie, because even looking on the 30-minute, this broke the high of the previous high, and you know, looked like it was grabbing just liquidity to continue down, which it did. But yeah, really tricky, really tricky. So now we just kind of like hanging around here. We don't know if we're gonna close strong, we're gonna close weak, but if the next one decides to retest that 0.800, that would be good to you know, if you're looking for sales, to get a sell in, and you know, hoping that we close underneath this area now. But yeah, man, it's just messy. Really not my cup of tea. So I guess some people actually took took the sell. Check my chart. Send the chart, man. You gotta send it through here so I can check it out. And mine broke. Mine it has already broke 149.666. Okay, 666. I went in at 149.763. Yeah, some people actually caught it right here at the break of that support, so that's good, you know. So I was on the wrong side of the spectrum today. So yeah, we got that close here, which is good. That's good. Really nice push to the downside. You know, if you wait for a retest, not a continuation down, that'll be pretty good. At that point, you know, you should already secure at least, you know, some of your positions. Huge price discrepancy between our brokers. Oh man, that sucks. So it means like your spreads are really bad. Jason Jarvis, hey Mac, cheer up, Jarvis. Because my 15-minute live candles are completely different. Yeah, it depends. I use what feed do I use for this? FXCM. So it really depends on the feed we use. But now, looks like we're kind of hanging. It's kind of like catching a falling knife, right? A very delicate situation. Yes, correct. You have a very strong 50-minute closing underneath. If you look on the 30-minute, looks like, you know, your move would have been right here. That would have been your entry right at this break, right? So a little too late. But price action looking on the 50-minute really didn't look that clean. Better entries would have been at the break of this previous low, right? That low here. And of course you would have targeted these wicks down here. But it is what it is, you know. 8 p.m. came through, we started heading up. Turned out to be a fake out, basically just creating a lower low here and a lower high, and now we're continuing down. So this is all free range right now, you know, down to the downside. So we can, if you catch sales. But this is like catching a falling knife, basically, you know, kind of like a little way too late. Yeah, I'm not digging this. I know like around 9:30 we might have another pullback. So yeah. Yeah, this has already moved. $21 pips, wow. So a pretty nice decent move, whoever caught it, or whoever's still holding runners. And now look at gold, actually breaking up off that area, so that's good. Remember that at 9:30 we might have a pullback, so be careful about that. So yeah, basically, rule for gold for me personally would be to stay above 1745, right above this area right now. So seeing this 5-minute closing like that will be clutch, and the next 5 minute maybe a retracement to the downside to retest resistance, now turned into support, and then continuing up. Yep. Yeah, this 5-minute closing like that would be perfect. Nice. So this basically will be your entry point at this point. You will be targeting 1755. But remember, we might have a slight pullback right now to retest that zone here. See something. If I set up sell limit. Really not my cup of tea, actually. It looks good, not gonna lie. Gold looks really good right now. It's breaking above. We're getting that retest right now. Might, get in at the break of this 5-minute high with a decent stop loss, at least 20 pips right down here. So first we need that retest. Once we touch, and we wait for the next bullish candle just to break that previous high and continue up. Mack, look at monthly on GJ. It's going to retest 143, 120. Whoa, 143, 120. Okay. Let's go ahead and check it out. Monthly. $143, 120. So I don't know where you're getting 143, 120 from. But okay, sure. So you see how we're now rejecting that zone now? Hard, super hard. On GJ, that's why I really didn't want to take a trade at the break of that low. Yeah, gold looks a lot safer than GJ, and that's crazy. Seeing gold moving better than GJ during Nation. But yeah, guys, remember to go ahead and like this stream, guys, because I'm doing this shit. I'm fucking talking out of my ass just to kind of make this shit more entertaining, because it's super boring right now. This is what I was expecting, basically, here. I was expecting this same setup here. But yeah, I guess I called it way too early. Way too early. Because this right here was basically the wick fill for this end, but we still had this wick here. So, I believe that drop here was just to basically fill that wick here, grab more liquidity, and not continue up. I have this 15-minute close with barely any wick to the downside, meaning there's not much range to continue down. 30-minute, same. We filled that wick, perfect. Now we're staying at this support area, which is 149.6. What did I type here? 670. But yeah, it is what it is. What I want to do now is that I'm going to move this area here as the new support on the 30-minute. And I want to see this closing above with a nice bullish candle on the 15 or the 30, right? For better confirmations to continue up. So yeah, remember guys, go ahead and like the stream, share it. Remember to turn on your notifications. I'll be back on Thursday night, but this is my cue to go ahead and call it a night. Not that much happened. Should have waited for this to play out actually, knowing that we still had this wick to get to fill, but got in way too early. Took a small loss. It is what it is. Right now, I suggest everyone just to wait for at least this 15-minute candle to close and have a strong 30-minute support to form to get buys, right? And getting buys from here will be super premium. You know, risk is there, but the reward is actually, very substantial. Imagine getting buys from here and letting it run up to like 150, 153, right? That would be pretty fucking good. Yeah, literally everything I said turned out the opposite. Yeah, that's how it is. Rangy, quiet evening, but yeah, plan out for London, guys. If you start seeing, formation, um, basically, your simple market structure, higher highs and higher lows created on your 30-minute, your 4 hour respecting that support. Yes, I believe we're gonna continue up. We have a small trade zone here, obstacle, whatever you want to call it, and then after that, not so clean traffic, but this is a very nice range, just 50 pips to the upside. And believe me that once we break up of 150.500, it's off to the races. So yeah, make sure you click like on the stream. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Thank you for showing up, everyone. Show up in the Zoom.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Philip.
Thank you, Matt.
Bye bye, Salim. Bye bye, Burner. Everyone, like Mike.
Thank you.
Welcome. We took a little L today, 2 pips, but fuck it, it is what it is. So yeah, hopefully on Thursday will be better. Mike sold at 0.800, so that's good. So a lot of people cut that at sale, as I was explaining earlier, and I actually went against my bias because I was expecting that wick fill, and I got in way too early. But fuck it, it is what it is. Didn't take a big loss. So
Thanks, Mac. Have a good night.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Bye, Gary. Be safe, everyone.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.